Hi guys, how's it? Welcome back to another pregame video brought to you by me, the Fairweather Rugby fan. Had to break out the 2019 Rugby World Cup kit. Gotta put on too much weight since then, too many kilos. But alas, my fiance and I were starting to eat healthier, chicken and rice bowls, veggies, all that kind of thing. So hopefully we can get the weight down a bit because I want to get the new one and not look like a piece of Boerewors wearing it. I know. So you guys, welcome back. Another hot day here once again in Texas. I think it was 43 when I got out of my car about 2 hours. Got into my car a little over 2 hours ago to head home. Accident on Interstate 35 on my way up here to Denton, Texas. So it took me a little bit longer than I wanted to get home, but I got home eventually. Obviously, the Pumas have been glorious enough to award us a lineup this morning. An action-packed weekend full of rugby. We've got Tonga versus Samoa. That's going to be a big one. We've got the All Blacks possibly putting up 70 against the Wallabies. I could see it. D-Mac, Sean Stevenson, they could put up 70. I think Eddie Jones he's got nothing in the cupboard. They are done. They are cooked. But you're not here to hear about the All Blacks. You can find 1,000 other Americans to talk about that. We are here to talk about the Mighty Springboks. With the Rugby Championship now firmly in the rear view, a disappointing performance, in my opinion. We should have won that tournament. And then a very lackluster effort last weekend at Emirates Airlines Park, Ellis Park, Johannesburg. 22-21, we come away squeak by with a victory. I don't think it's going to be quite this easy this weekend from Jose Amalfitani Stadium, a.k.a. Velez Sarsfield. I think that's who owns the stadium. August 5th, this Saturday, 14:10 to 10 p.m. for you North American guys. I will be going live over on my YouTube. Come hang out. It's always fun if you want to hear an American guy talking rugby while you're watching the game. I have been having some issues with StreamYard, the service that I've been using to go live. So I will be going directly from my YouTube channel because there's quite a bit of a delay, apparently, like 30-second delay. So I do appreciate you guys for reaching out and letting me know about that. It does suck when it happens, but hey, what can you do sometimes? Weather is going to be mostly sunny with a high of 16 or 61 for my Fahrenheit friends here in North America. Obviously, I would trade you that in a heartbeat. It is brutal here right now. We are in the middle of, and this is like the peak of summer, and it'll be like this until like late September. 8 total changes coming through to the 23-man squad with Michael Chica and co. as we head to Argentina for this weekend. We will go ahead and start off with the lineups for the Pumas, as we always do. Front row will be Thomas Gallo, Julian Montoya captaining once again, and Francisco Gomez Codea. Pedro Rubiolo and Thomas Lavanini, the red card machine, will be at lock, with the ever-dangerous Pablo Matera, Santiago Grondona, and Juan Martin Gonzalez making up the back row. Gonzalo Bertrano will get the start this week, switching up with the starter from last week, Bazan Velez, and Santiago Carreras will be once again starting at fly half. Santiago Cordero will be starting at the left wing, replacing Juan Imhoff, and Emiliano Bofelli. You already know this man is dangerous. He can kick and he can run. He will not be missing kicks this weekend. Santiago Chacoberes and Lucio Cinti at center with Martin Bogado, the fullback. The front row replacements will be El Veterano, as I call him, Agustin Creevy, still continuing his run as the most capped Puma in history, with Joel Sclavi and Eduardo Belo making up the front row replacements. Guido Petty will be the lock replacement, with Facundo Isa being the back row replacement. Like I said earlier, Bazan Velez will be the replacement at scrum half, with Thomas Albornoz the fly half replacement, and Matias Moroni, once again, I think he is a center or a wing replacement. The hermano de Ako Moroni, the brother of Ako Moroni, the now Miami Shark. 14 changes coming to the side that barely squeaked by in Ellis Park last week. The front row will consist of Trevor Nakane, one of my favorites, Bongi Manambi captaining the side, and Thomas the Train Dutoy, the front row. John Klein gets his second cap in the green and gold, with Marvin Ori, the other lock. Veteran, not of the Springboks, but definitely veteran, Dion Forey will get the start with Franco Mustert, and Jasper Visa at number 8. My personal favorite scrum half right now, Kobus Reinach, and Manny Libok at number 10. Manny has been money this year so far, getting his first try last weekend. Once again, we will try Makazole Monpipi at the number 11 jersey, with Canan Moody making his return at 14. Bit of a different combination this week at center, as Andre Esterhuizen makes its way back into the fold, with Lucanio hopefully trying to find form once again. And anchoring it all off, making from the bench last week, making a start this week, will be Damian Valemza. The front row, we get a debut out of it this week. We get Joseph Dweba, Gerhard Steenkamp making his debut at 26 years old, and Vincent Koch. Jean-Luc Dupria makes his return. It's been quite a while since we've seen him play. And Evan Ross will be the forward replacements. Herschel Yankees getting the scrum half replacement with Jesse Creel and Kurt Lee Arenza in that 23 jersey. So, look, I'm not going to make nice about this. Bofelli can kill us. He does not miss. And he's got speed. He can kick. They made some changes, obviously, to their 23-man squad, but the big change they made was bringing Bofelli in. Now, do I think Canan and Makazole needs to get it together. He has not been in good form so far this year. Canan has been just fine. Obviously, some rookie mistakes here and there. They all do it. Everyone does it. We all do it. We just need to trust the process and make sure that young man has every opportunity to flourish at that position. No worries with Damian Valemza starting at 15. The man can kick well. I don't think he's good at kicking for conversions, but I do trust him at 15. He is very capable of holding it down at fullback. Not worried at all, really, about the front row. Having Bongi Manumbi was a bit of a shock. I kind of thought they would give it to Lucanio, but maybe based on form as of late, they didn't give it to Lucanio because he hasn't really been the same guy since he's come back from injury. This time last year, he was world class. He was probably the best center in the entire world. And this year, he just hasn't shown it since he's come back from return of injury. Hopefully he can find it this weekend, as we've only got 3 more games, folks, until the Rugby World Cup starts. And really, technically, we only have 2. We've got this one, and we've got a game against a very beleaguered Wales side. And then we will be playing the All Blacks in Twickenham, and that's when showtime starts. I think we need to be making decisions very soon on a 23-man, on a 35-man squad that we can take. I will probably do a video on that soon of who I believe those 35 men should be. Now, if we go out and we execute, we dominate at the line out, our set piece play is absolutely great, our scrum is dominant, we do have a serious chance of really putting a hurt on the Pumas. But if we go out like we did last week and we fumble the ball, knock-ons, penalties, these guys are going to kill us. It's going to be a very impassioned crowd there in Buenos Aires. We always know that's enemy territory when you go in there. They let you know whose house that is real quick. And if we come out and play lackadaisical and don't keep our eyes on the ball and don't use both hands when we're receiving the ball, they're going to beat the brakes off of us this weekend. That's just a simple fact. We cannot afford to lose at this point. We need to be gaining momentum going into this World Cup. The All Blacks are gaining momentum. We are not. We take 1 step forward and 2 steps back, is what it seems that we've done so far this year. A big step forward, beating the Wallabies, and 2 steps back. It needs to stop. We need to get our asses in gear, pardon my French, and we need to have a solid game tomorrow. These games are very important building for this World Cup. We are not going to have an easy pool to get out of. And we are going to have a very difficult road to defending our title. Because if we make it out of the pool, we're either going to be playing France or New Zealand first out of the pool. So hopefully the boys get out there. They have a great game. Everyone gets out and performs absolutely amazingly. And I can do a positive post-game video. But until then, everybody, wherever you're at, if you're up here in North America, man, do your best to stay cool. If you're in South Africa, hopefully the load shedding doesn't ruin everything during the game. I do feel bad for you guys when that does happen. But on a positive note, I am looking to come and visit possibly next year, ladies and gentlemen. So some of you that follow me on here, you might get a chance to meet me in person next year. I would love to take my fiance down to South Africa. But until next time, guys, cheers, and I'll see you guys all on Saturday.